but you came out on Instagram, did it. You know, it's like kicking your foot on a door and screaming.
Acted a whole movie. What, you didn't want anybody to know? What, she was hoping that.
Guys, you have to understand. I'm also in that sphere, and there's so many things we do because the eyes are on us. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you know how tempted I've been to just go and pose with somebody's car and say, "Hi guys, I just got a car." Because y'all be saying, "Daddy Freeze, he doesn't pay tithes, he doesn't make any money. See his life."
That is you. Nobody. I'm not sure there was anybody that
Can
knew.
I lie that I've never posed with somebody's
Okoro
car before? I'm not sure I can. I probably have, without actually saying that it is my car.
It is your own.
Maybe I said nice ride. You know, money for toll gate. You know, those kind of posts.
I mean, Blessing was not that kind of a big celebrity that you say she should be pressured. She was pressured into doing something.
No.
You know,
People
she came up with this.
People handle things differently. Let's be gentle with people, especially when it looks like, okay, it's becoming a lot of pressure. I know many of you, I understand where you're coming from. If we are supposed to be right, do you understand? But you see, even in right and wrong, there's a spirit. I don't know how to explain it. You know,
well, if she's suicidal now,
I pray somebody talks her out of it.
We don't even know which one to take.
Pray
okay, we don't know which one to
talks
take.
her out of it. We don't want anyone committing suicide. We don't want anyone getting that depressed. I also do not agree with what the bros also did.
Yes, this might just be another attempt at clout chasing. I don't know.
But you see,
because you can never tell with Blessing now. I mean, now nobody can take a picture with a car and not have people ask you, "Is it really your car?" I mean,
it's like the boy who cried wolf. It's a sad thing, but now it's hard for anyone to believe anything. I still pray that she's fine and she doesn't go through this alone.
Please get over yourself.
I hope.
You hope.
Are you sure you pray?
You hope. You
I
understand?
hope.
Now let me tell you something here. The guy also could have done what he did. That's the owner of the house. Could have done what he did with a bit more, I don't know how to explain it, with a bit more love. He could have done it in love. He could have been.
I don't think we can categorically tell anybody how to react.
You build your
anything.
house. You build a mansion. You're chilling in China, and then someone posts a picture and says, "Hey, chairs are ghost, stones thrown at me. My back is building." You can't react. You can't react to love. It's hard. I would actually commend him if he did, but I expect.
I mean, I think he even tried.
Yeah.
After he called her.
Now, looking at both of them, were any laws broken? Maybe we should get lawyers to call us in. Were any laws broken? Did she break any law? I saw some critics online who said what she did was wrong, but she didn't break any law.
Crime.
Okay, I also felt that yes, the guy was right. It's his property, but he shouldn't have put her to sit on the floor in handcuffs.
Yes, but the humiliation was
extra.
Yeah, the humiliation was extra.
Yeah, but you see, did he have the right to do that?
That's the question. He doesn't really have the right.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Yeah, if the police walk in here without a warrant,
to an extent.
Hold on. If the police walk in here without a warrant and say, "Hey, Daddy, please and they take me out of here, they have no case against me.
Yeah.
Unless they can prove that they came in here with a warrant. So a civilian cannot just make another civilian sit down on the floor with handcuffs. That's judge and jury.
But she was on his property.
She wasn't caught committing a crime. If she jumped over the fence and they caught her, it's a totally different scenario from they invited her over. Now, okay, yes, you are not happy that she took a picture with your house. And you want to press charges.
Dietary Freeze, let's understand
is the handcuffs bit. Where did that come from?
But let's understand that it's not just taking of pictures, all right? You actually put out an article saying you built this house.
Okay, guys,
yourself.
We're going on a break and coming back. Don't you dare touch it. This and more right here on After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters. Cool FM After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters. We've got quite a few things we're going to talk about. First of all, breaking news. Obasanjo escapes plane crash. As seen on quite a few blogs. And I proceeded to read the story because I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Now, according to reports, the former president was among the passengers on board an Ethiopian Airlines plane that found it difficult to land at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. The Ethiopian Airlines aircraft ET-901 had departed the Bole International Airport, Addis Ababa at 9:10 a.m. Ethiopian time, which is 7 a.m. Nigerian time. After 5 hours of flying, the plane attempted to make a landing at the Lagos airport but failed. The rain was heavy. Heavy wind obstructed the pilot's vision. On realizing that landing might be difficult, the pilot, who's said to have many years' experience, quickly maneuvered the plane back into the air, I guess. Flying out of the Lagos airport after hovering around between Lagos and areas suspected to be in Ogun, causing panic among passengers and crew members. The plane landed in Lagos airport some 20 minutes after the initial false landing. The former president had gone to Ethiopia for a stakeholders dialogue on continental trade and strengthening implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, AfTA, in Ethiopia, which ended yesterday. Many passengers came out of the plane thanking God for sparing their lives. And here's what I have to say. First of all, the lack of education and enlightenment is always going to be a problem. A plane I don't see where the crash is. You see, for you to say the plane almost crashed, I want to ask, was there a Mayday announcement declared? Did the pilots declare a Mayday? Do you understand? Before a Mayday, there's another emergency, the Pampan. Was there a Pampan dedicated, which is less than a Mayday? A Mayday is like, oh my God, it's serious.
But people don't know that. As long as they feel some type
Now,
of...
the fact that you don't know something and you're putting yourself through the horrors of experiencing something your ignorance is putting you through, I think it's your fault. If the pilot tried to land, now it could be quite shaky. You're coming down, you're approaching the runway, and then there's what you call maybe the winds were heavy. You have crosswinds. I've seen pilots ride heavy crosswinds. Do you understand? What if you had wind shear? All of a sudden, wind shear. Or maybe there's microburst activity around the airport. For the safety of yourself and your passengers, you do a toga. What's a toga? Take off, go around. It's a basic procedure. It's not the... Listen, when I hear emergency, I hear dual engine flame out.
But Daddy Freeze, that's
That
because
is an
you
emergency.
know.
Exactly,
But most
that's
people,
'cause
when
you
they
know.
see...
What does it take for you to know what's an airplane emergency? Listen, Nigerians enter a bus and don't know what the bus they enter is, how it works. You just get inside and sit down and you hear an explosion. Oh my God, God is going to protect me. God is going to come down.
No, but
and
as
drive
long
this
as the
bus.
plane is
God is
shaking, as long as the plane is shaking, then you have every right to be scared.
Exactly,
because
the
you
flight
don't know.
Because you don't know.
The flight wasn't even smooth. So
Hold
what
on,
do you
hold
expect
on,
somebody who
hold
is
on,
up in
hold
the air
on, hold
to
on.
think?
I do not expect anything from anyone who's ignorant.
Okay.
That it is not everybody, that the person does not know anything related to airplanes and
now,
stuff. Does not
listen to
make
the
them
report.
ignorant.
Okay, let's even imagine you're on the plane is shaking. Oh my God, you think you're gonna die. You start a prayer session, a night vigil or whatever it is you start. Oh my God. Then you land. What's the first thing you do?
You check
Jump out.
Maybe try to Google the situation. Exactly.
No.
You tell God, ask questions.
Pilot.
Yeah? What happened? And they tell you.
Dude, what is going on? Then, let me tell you, when you know it's an emergency, you land down. Then you see, instead of doors opening, you see those inflatable slides. That's when you know you're in trouble. The plane landed with tire and taxied to park. And you almost crashed.
No, but
I don't get it. I don't get this level of ignorance. I don't get it.
That if it's
Now, okay, let's even imagine
who
what's
are you blaming now? Who are you blaming?
Everyone has
Is
their
it the
specialties.
people that put
Not
out
everyone.
the bloggers
First
that
of
put out
all,
the post that
not the bloggers. The blogger is sitting in their house. Somebody says, oh my God, I just escaped a plane crash. That is the person I'm blaming.
But it's a normal thing, because even when you're landing and maybe like the tires make like a screeching noise on the
Because
runway, you
you'll
always
be
have to
scared.
say, Jesus, help us, help
What's
us.
happening?
Yeah,
Why?
when
You
you're landing. Yeah.
Listen. If you spend less time watching Z World
Just so.
and you spend that time reading encyclopedia, you studied a bit of physics, you understand what friction is.
It's not everybody that has passion
That
for
if
that.
it's
It's
not-
not everybody
yes.
that's interested in
Hold
that.
on,
And
hold
that
on.
doesn't make
Hold on a
them
second.
I want to
ignorant.
fly, I have
Hold on
to
a
go and
second.
learn
That
all
doesn't
this.
make them
It
ignorant.
makes you ignorant because you come and put the rest of the world through reading this. Listen, do you know how people who are intelligent look at us? This is a story. It's not the blogger's fault. It's the person. Now, listen, maybe they're not
How?
telling the full story. Maybe there was a really... But the plane... first of all, listen to the English of the thing.
The blogger.
A plane hovers. I think there are only 2 planes that can hover in the history of the world, and they're fighter jets, the Harrier jet and maybe the F-35. Those are the only planes that can actually hover. You know what hover is? This is hover. Stay in one place. What the person meant to say was the plane was in a holding pattern.
That if he's
Now you see, is everyone
If
going to
you
go to
know
school and
these
learn all of
things,
that?
doesn't mean that
Listen,
everybody is
will
not
know
in
that.
aviation now.
Ask.
They're not all
Okay,
in
I don't
aviation.
know what happened. Ask.
This is Nigeria. Nobody wants
After,
to ask.
after,
Once you
after
come
going
down,
through
you're
that
not
situation, I
going.
should ask a pilot.
Okay, so the
I
error.
don't know. When
What
I
if
come
what
down,
you
I'll go
thought
and
was a
ask.
situation was only conjured up in your mind by your ignorance?
Let me first jump.
However, there is
Let me
reason.
get down
Why
first.
do people listen? I feel like
like-
walking out of this
this
show
show
Let's
now.
get down
In
and then
fact,
go
I'm
and
not
ask
even
the
doing this
pilot
show
what
again.
happened.
What is this nonsense?
That
Why are
is
you people
free.
making excuses
But
for
that
your
if
ignorance?
that if
Don't
you
make
want them to
excuses.
come down
But
from
if
the
it's
plane
not
and then go and
everyone
ask the
has-
pilot what happened.
Nobody's going to ask their pilot because they are going to call their pastors instead. Father
they
Lord,
would-
we just
Calling the
God
pastors
just
is
saved
just
us.
so
Trauma that you're in, you want
That
to
is
stop
trauma.
and start saying,
I'll come down from the
plane is
plane
shaking.
and I'll go home.
Hold on. If you went back into the 14th century and you took this iPhone with you and it wanted to ring and it started flashing, you know that time in the 14th century, their light was candle. They now saw something like lightning coming out of the phone. They now all panic. Whose fault is it?
it's mine for taking it there.
No, it's their fault for not asking you what it is. Let me tell you something, and I want to inform you. This is not a joke now. The bomb blast in Ikeja Cantonment, 2001. The actual bomb blast didn't kill anyone. The panic that ensued from the bomb blast killed over 3,500 people.
Therefore, the bomb blast didn't kill
No
anyone.
one.
What do you mean by
Google
the
it.
panic?
The bomb is exploding, boo,
People were
and
running,
people are running, not knowing what they're running from, not asking, and running straight into a swamp and drowning.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
That was ignorance in 2001. Every day learn something.
Not when you're
Ask
up in the
a
sky.
question. Okay, let's imagine you've had your boo, 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 hey, oh my God, the plane's going to die, we're going to die. We now landed. I would go and stay outside. Me, Freeze, I would go and stay outside the door.
But if it's
And
Of the
you.
pilot.
Yeah.
What did you drive us through? What happened? And the pilot comes out and said, it wasn't a problem when we're coming in, weather was bad. It's a standard procedure. He would assure you that it's a standard procedure. Now, let me tell you something. Some people will land inside that thing.
So maybe it is wrong to call it a near crash, but you can't say the flight definitely wasn't a smooth one. So
Is
it's
there anybody
enough
that is a
to
pilot
cause
in this
panic.
Nigeria that can just call and
But
please
it's
help
enough
me?
to cause panic, right?
oxygen
It's enough
mask.
to
Why?
cause panic.
Listen. If a fly flies in, do you panic?
In an airplane.
No, if a fly starts flying around this studio, will you panic?
No.
Why won't you panic?
Because you can handle
Because
it.
you know what a fly is. Knowledge is power.
Oh.
Knowledge is power. Your panic is not because there was anything wrong, it's because your ignorance created fear in your mind because you are ignorant.
This is so
there.
funny because if you trust
up
me,
there.
when you're up in the sky, then
Now, hold on,
even
hold on.
if the seat is shaking,
That difference, you know, the first time I entered an airplane, the first time.
No, you are particularly
You know, just on the runway, on the runway, the way the
You
plane
got
was
scared when it was
shaking,
taking
I was
off?
scared. Even the sound and all that.
even when
I was
it's landing,
scared.
the
At
way it
first, that the
lands,
freeze, please. Please, everybody will be
Zika,
like
I'm
you.
particularly happy for you today that your face is not showing. It's just your voice. Because if they were able to point out that is she, you will not like what Lagos will do to
Daddy,
you today.
please, up there.
No, guys, please open up the phone lines 2710969, 2711969, 2712969, and 2713969. If you are a pilot or a cabin crew, or maybe you were even on that flight. Oh no, please, no, don't call. If you're on that flight and you don't know anything about aviation, don't call and say it was the angels that decided to
Move the plane.
Daddy, please, you need to explain
Please.
the first
just
time. The first
nobody's
time.
gonna call.
But
I'm
there's
100% sure.
It's the time someone was telling me how their plane reversed in air.
We have a call.
Their plane reversed in the air.
So I was like, huh?
Or,
That plane
but
has never-
like the
that plane has never been on
time,
a
like the
plane.
time that there was a brownout with the
Eh-heh.
other one.
Yes, the brown out with our brother here. Yeah, hello. Yes, good evening. Go ahead, please. You are a pilot. God bless you. Oh.
I was just hearing a conversation on the radio, so I put off my radio in my car. I'm actually parking my car now, so I can talk to you properly.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
I must say I'm really impressed with all I've heard you say, and I think the major problem with most youth in Nigeria is that we don't read. It's unfortunate, but it's a stark reality in Nigeria. Our youth don't read. And you're right. Ignorance, it doesn't spare you anything. If you have the knowledge, then you probably wouldn't have to panic. You know, for a level of understanding, I'm really very impressed. Talking about being in a holding pattern, orbiting, and all that.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I think the onus lies on each and every individual to read more, because you know. I don't know. Reading can never really be overemphasized.
You know, when I heard Obasanjo escaped a crash, I was like, okay, I'm gonna read something scary now. Dual engine flame out. Toga was deployed. I'm sorry, I said rat was deployed. You know, when you hear that a rat has been deployed, you know that everything shut down. You're trying to use air to power yourself. Then then you know that it's a critical situation. But not.
The thing is, especially with the way the weather is at this time of the year, you should know
You should expect some wind shear.
wind shear, microburst, and all that. You definitely expect a lot of turbulence, a lot of weather avoidance. You know, it's very normal. It's very, very normal. It's absolutely normal.
Thank you. Naomi said that Naomi has been here arguing with me. And guess what? She's dating a pilot.
Hey, Daddy
that's
Freeze.
the
Hey,
worst
Daddy
part.
Freeze.
Hey,
Daddy,
man.
why are you spoiling my market? No, please, I'm not dating a pilot.
Believe you me, if you ask him, he'll be very happy to explain to you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Wow. Okay, guys, we're gonna go on a musical break, and when we come back, we'll be taking more of your calls. Stick around. All right, 96.9. How are you doing, Lobsters?
We're good, Daddy, please.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be around you.
Yeah.
We feel like
And we thank the pilot who called.
yeah.
Gassed you up a lot.
Yeah, I feel better, and I feel that I'm not the only one who's complaining about the ignorance in Nigeria.
But I've learned a lot. I've learned about rat pan. I'm learning.
Mayday.
I hear Mayday movies.
When
Mayday,
you hear,
Mayday.
listen.
Yeah,
you
then
know
you
you
know
are
that,
in
all
trouble on a plane when you hear brace.
Brace yourselves.
Once you just hear brace,
May
it's
I
a command. It's not.
May I
brace
never
yourself.
hear it in Jesus'
Amen.
name.
That is prayer.
No, but you see in Africa, you know you're in trouble when one woman stands up. Jesus, save me!
She's just on her own, standing up. What she should stand up to, she's not standing up to. It's another thing she's standing up to. Listen, once you hear brace, do you understand?
What does it mean?
Brace,
You are just
brace
ignorant.
yourself.
What
does the
brace
word brace
mean? Can somebody please call?
Oh my God.
When you enter the aeroplane, you'll be sending text messages to your numerous boyfriends, Zika. You'll be sending Kingsley and Kenneth. Is that not his name?
Kenneth.
Kennedy, Kingsley, Kenneth.
You'll be sending them messages. Kenneth, pray for me. Did you see any vision about this, my friend? You will not listen to the lady standing in front of you doing all those demonstrations. When the air mask, when the oxygen
people
mask.
really.
Yeah, I do.
Do people really listen to
I do.
Can you, see, that's why
No,
I do.
you actually.
in my head, I just feel like no matter what I watch her doing, if anything happens, I will not be able to.
No. And you see, now what you are doing is, it's not just suicide not to watch. It's actually murder. Because you're going to probably kill someone. Let me tell you what happened.
If you don't worry, me, I know myself. The panic will kill me before I do anything.
So listen to what happened to some guy. Plane's burning. Plane landed. He ran to the door from outside to tell people get out, and he jammed the door. He didn't know how to open the door. So in his bid to help, he jammed the door. And at that point where he turned the door in the other way, the heat was just burning the cable. So he now snapped the cable so the handle could not control. So he couldn't even turn it back again.
My first time in a plane, you know how they always
35
tell
people
you.
roasted because of Zika and Naomi syndrome.
No.
You know they always tell you when you're
It's
starting
not.
out, if you're sitting at the emergency
Yeah, at
exit,
emergency
please
exit.
stand up. The first time, I was like, please excuse me, I'd like to change.
Now, do you know why the emergency exits are very nice? Because you have a bit more leg room.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a bit more leg room. And I usually like a bit more leg room because, you know, some of us know how to fly economy and we have business inside there's business class inside the economy. Do you understand? You don't know how to fly business class inside the economy.
You just premier economy.
No. We're inside the economy. Go. We're not talking of premium economy.
But
Now.
there's
Economy. There's now business class. It's called emergency exit.
Exactly.
The television they give you to watch is like business class when you pull it out like this. It's not the
Yes.
one that is inside somebody else's headrest.
Unless you're in some airlines, by the way.
Now, another business class is the very
Exactly.
last seat. But it's just that toilet will worry
Toilet
you.
is next to you.
But that last seat, when you lower the chair to the back, one person will not give you elbow and say, hey, that thing is very annoying. Have you ever tried reclining a seat and somebody behind you
Yes.
reminding
Excuse me.
you?
Excuse me.
So what I do is, let me tell you what I do. I just sit down, I wait. I'll be relaxing the chair small, but I say, oh, sorry, I'll move it back up. Then as we're sitting, I'll just relax it a bit more. Slowly. Just pressing the button, feeding it until I have fully relaxed. You will not know that I'm...
You just feel like you're
Because I used to argue with people, you to relax your own chair. Then one person told me one day, go to business class, you want to recline.
Exactly. I was expecting that actually.
For them, why don't they go?
I was expecting that.
Okay. Why am I not in business class? Why am I
Exactly.
here? I'm going to make it business class. So sometimes wait till they sleep.
Yeah.
Then some people be pressing, you know, some people are used to doing very hard things. So when you want to touch the touch screen on the headrest of the phone, Naomi, bring your head. Let's imagine this is the touch screen.
Yeah.
As they don't press your chair with it. As in, you know, maybe the TV is saying, do you want to watch this film? If yes, press yes. If no, exit. They want to press yes, they'll press yes like that. So I get it. But guys, if there's anything you learned from listening to After Dark with Daddy Freeze today, is if you're on a plane, listen to what they're saying. Brace position is the position you adopt in an emergency landing. Let me try to demonstrate the yes. It's like this into the seat or with your head in between your knees. That is, you are preparing for impact. So when an air hostess comes and says brace, the word that should come out of your mouth is shit. Like
No,
WTF.
No.
What it is?
Like, oh my God. Once you hear brace and you come out of a brace position, aircraft situation, you survive the crash. Or a near crash.
And people don't even read the booklets that are given to
You
them.
don't read it.
Yeah.
So once you hear, the plane shake, the plane turn. Oh my God, we had a crash, but I survived it.
I just survived it.
It doesn't work
Ignorance
like
or no ignorance, I can't blame anybody.
Now, yeah, listen.
That would say that out of panic.
Don't panic yourself into a position of disaster for your neighbor. If you want to die out of just being dumb, you have every right to be as stupid as you want to be. You can actually go to school and pick up a degree in foolishness. It's up to you. But don't let another soul, you will go to hellfire. As in, they'll be hitting the hellfire for you while you are still in the aeroplane.
VIP
the
train.
heat of the aeroplane will be nothing compared to where they are carrying you to. Because out of your foolishness, somebody's dying. Imagine you are sitting at the end, no, God, take control. We're going to even die anyway. No. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. But you need to be in your best behavior. So promise me, everyone listening to my voice, you're going to read the small print. Let me explain to you. They give you a sachet of medicine. What some people read is that 1 times dash 1
It's very
dash 0. That is, you take 2 tablets in the morning, one in the afternoon, none in the evening. That's the most anybody, and the doctors actually have to write it, because if they don't write it, you're going to just pour all the tablets into your oogie and drink it at the same time and probably kill yourself.
It's like
when you buy a phone, did you read the manual of your phone? You know, Apple says, I agree. Did you actually read that thing? When you are opening your Instagram account, did you read the small print? Or just scroll, I agree. Boom. Do you know what you have signed yourself up for by just clicking that I agree? Do you have an idea what you've done to yourself? Anything goes wrong, you can't sue.
Yeah.
You've just signed your rights away because you agreed for what you don't know. You just agreed.
I mean, but seriously, we need to do better in terms of reading. We need to read.
Yeah.
Do you see the story on Instablog the other day where the lady said she thinks the hospital she went to, they probably has scammed her or something because they gave her analgesics and said foreign analgesics for 23,000 because they removed it.
And then she didn't know. So when she went to ask someone, it was like
painkillers.
Yeah, painkillers. They just used the big word and someone said 23,000. She asked for the name of the medicine. She wanted to buy from a pharmacy.
Yes, and they said it was foreign analgesics.
Yes, and so she was like, "Oh, okay, I can't get it anywhere else." I'm checking. Panadol. You see?
That's the thing.
And it's
Oh
actually
my goodness.
You might not be an expert in automobiles, for instance, but what stops you from dedicating one day, okay, I drive a freaking car. What's the job of the battery? What's the job of the injector? What's the job of the fuel tank? Where is my fuel tank located? Do you know where the fuel tank of your car is? Sorry, you don't have a car. The Marwa you enter, where is the fuel tank?
that one that you opened.
Is that place that you opened?
Do you have a generator at home?
Yes.
Is it fuel or diesel?
Daddy, please.
I'm asking, just don't lie.
Daddy,
Don't form.
please.
Is it fuel or diesel?
It's not me that you asked that question. Please.
What is it, fuel or diesel?
Diesel is a fuel.
Then risky. Your own, Nko?
I don't know. It's service. I don't know. I've never checked the generator.
But what do you think? What's most likely you think?
It's that.
So that means it's diesel, not fuel.
No, diesel is a fuel.
You people have sense.
No, but
the day I did it for Zika inside car.
Wait.
It's a lie, Daddy. Daddy, please don't come.
You didn't know
Zika,
that.
swear, let lightning strike you.
Hey,
if
oh
you
my
didn't say
God.
it.
You didn't
Oh
know.
my God.
But I
Daddy,
swear
please,
now, you are there. You can hear your voice.
Hey, God.
Let me say, Zika,
Okay.
we need to go on the break.
Hey, Daddy,
We go on a
please.
break and then come right back at you, and the discussion continues with a Yahoo school opened in Lagos.
Yes, but don't forget, guys, that you can actually predict the UEFA Champions League.
It is 96.9 Cool FM After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters, and it's very beautiful. Today's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back from Naomi's plane crash experience. And now we have quite a few other things that I'd like us to talk about.
God forbid, I'll never have plane crash experience in Jesus'
But you consider this a near plane crash experience now. Have you changed your mind? Okay. EFCC arrests proprietor and students of Yahoo Training School in Lagos. Don't you think that's the most hilarious? As if people actually learning how to do Yahoo.
It takes
And
determination.
there's a school,
And there's a school.
training school in Lagos. Wow,
children
guys.
So parents, be careful what you're paying school fees for.
Oh,
Exactly.
yes.
Oh my
As
Like
you're
they take
actually
lecture.
going to school to learn Yahoo.
Yahoo.
So you go with what do? You go with a laptop,
Of course.
Ben's
Then they make
kicker,
the note-
like khakis.
Oh my goodness.
no, with Ben's khaki. You go with underwear now.
Go with pints.
Go
Registration
with
is
a
1
pint.
pint.
You understand?
You
Black
register with
pint
pint.
and- You register with pint.
Wow.
All right, guys. Another thing. Naomi brought up a topic yesterday: rabbit starvation.
Okay.
I want to put this to Google: rabbit starvation. Or you can also call it protein poisoning.
Poisoning.
Now, what we found out, because we're all discussing, can you see the way we discuss this topic? We all learned a little. For the first time in my life, I learned that there's actually something called protein poisoning and rabbit starvation. Apparently, rabbit meat is so lean. It's probably the leanest meat ever.
Yes.
That if you do not eat it with any fat at all, you're doing your body more harm
Oh,
than
then
good.
good.
Yes. So there is and this goes out to all of you who are looking for ways to lose weight. You've got to be careful. Don't go and eat what will endanger you. You see, rabbit meat is good, but you must combine it with foods that contain fat
Yeah.
and oil.
You can't be having it exclusively.
You can't just wake up in the morning and eat rabbit meat. Nothing else. Drink water because you want to lose weight because your hair is very lean.
Really?
Then
Amal,
yeah.
are you listening?
What's up?
Yeah. Did I looking for where to get it?
you eat rabbit meat and drink unu and then you're okay. No, you've got to have. You see, Amal was telling us that she doesn't like bitter leaf. Amal, why don't you like bitter leaf?
It's bitter. I knew it was going to be like vegetables, but I didn't know it was actually bitter.
They say something is bitter leaf.
Bitter
What do you
leaf.
expect it to be?
Like
Sweet leaf.
Edika Kong. Edika.
So what did you eat the bitter leaf with?
Ofada.
Why? wait. Why?
Because they said Ofada is high in fiber, and they said bitter leaf is good with bowel movements. I thought if you join the two together.
You see, listen, I appreciate you going online to read stuff. But this is not the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Read about it. You see, if you go online, they will tell you how you can combine bitter leaf and cake. The bitterness of the bitter leaf will douse.
That was the sweetness of the
It's not,
cake.
it's not like that. Okay? Bitter leaf and eba. Bitter leaf and loy loy. That is how it works. All right. God bless you all. We absolutely love you. I'm getting out of here. See you tomorrow. Nene's got something to say.